Hi, and welcome to Cutscenes and Cupcakes, the
The
podcast
podcast.
where you come to do video game stuff and dessert stuff, and
And
this season, creepy stuff.
listening stuff for your pleasure.
Yes, that too. We're so happy you guys are listening to us, really, though. Thank you for coming.
No, it's for their pleasure. They should be happy that we're doing this for them.
Thank you for pleasuring yourself with us.
No.
Is that better?
Never mind.
Is that what you wanted?
We're going to have to mark this explicit just for that.
Wow.
Anyway.
What's your name?
I'm Lindsay.
I'm Steph.
And I'm Marley. We don't have a specific order for this. It just kind of happens.
It just does.
Like the motto of our podcast. It just kind of happens.
It just kind of happens.
That's not wrong.
It's 10:30 at night on a Sunday. Starting to record this. It's good. We're all good.
Real good.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, let's get started with some Nada sponsors. Should we?
Yeah, I'll start.
Go ahead.
My Nada sponsor this week is the podcast Colts by Parcast.
Oh,
I'm almost done.
It's so good. I've been listening to Colts for a little while. I'll pop in every time they have a subject that's super interesting to me. I really dig Colt information.
Yeah, you do.
It's a thing that I enjoy. Colts are weird as fuck. But they did a 4-episode series on NXIVM. And both Marley and I just finished watching The Vow on HBO. We're also waiting till all 4 episodes of the
Seduced.
Yeah, on Stars.
Yeah.
I was like trying
Stars.
to Starlight, Starcast, just Stars. Where they talk about what's her name, Asia? India. India's experience in NXIVM. So, anyways, Colts did a 4-episode series on NXIVM, and Keith Raniere and how he got started, and his girlfriend, who he pretty much manipulated her by telling her that he would reveal that she just had a high school education if she told anyone anything about NXIVM and how fucked up it is. And she still did.
That guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's
terrible.
Horrible. And like when you watch The Vow, there's like a whole episode where they get into some of the stuff they started doing that's so misogynistic. It's so like the men are giving the women citations for doing things like not reminding them to pick up their mail, or like not telling them how amazing they are, or like, and their punishments are things like they have to sleep on the floor. And it's horrible.
It just goes on and on.
It's so bananas. And you're just like, how can anyone follow this? But then you realize it's a cult, and cults are all about power and manipulation. So it is. It's really interesting. Keith Raniere is horrible. He should go straight to hell. Honestly, he's just a bad dude. He is into young women, like young women that you shouldn't be into when you're So it's not like happy, but it's very informative.
Not a sponsor.
My husband thinks I'm ridiculous to like stuff like this, but it's so interesting, man.
It really is. And if you are interested in learning more about the NXIVM cult, like, you kind of have to listen to there's another podcast called is it Uncovered?
Yeah, and they do a whole escaping NXIVM.
Yeah, and then so you gotta listen to all the sources, because it's just crazy. Because this is pretty recent. A lot of this, I think he got arrested in 2018.
Yeah, and
so a lot of it's just a lot of things are still coming to light, and so there's other podcasts and other TV shows that are coming out, and you're just
other people.
I need all of the content. Tell me everything.
It's so weird. It's just some of the greatest psychology studies through cults. I think you just meet the most insane people. So it's very good. Go listen to it. Go watch The Vow on HBO. Listen to Escaping NXIVM. Wait for the Stars 4-episode series. So you can, but wait till they're all released so you can just get the Stars free trial and watch it in 5 days.
So, Steph, would you say that your not a sponsor is Nexium?
No, I would not. I do not want Nexium to have anything to do with us. But
Okay,
like
we
the
won't tag
opposite of
them then.
Nexium, whatever that is.
Okay, I'll go next. So my not a sponsor is actually another video game. And it's one that I've kind of sort of become obsessed with lately. And I did not expect to, especially because I was really hesitant about starting it because it's just a very vast open world RPG. And that is Elder Scrolls Online.
I knew it.
I'm proud of you.
Well, it's funny, Lindsay, because like you and Erica, our other friend, were like talking me into downloading it.
Mm-hmm.
And then now
it took a while, if I recall. You
like
were very
days.
hesitant.
Like a couple days.
A couple days of persistent trying and manipulating.
But now
$7. It was $7.
But now I'm like more invested in it than you are.
Yeah. Well, I haven't put in enough time into gaming, but I really like it too.
Yeah, it's just a really fun game. Like, I know I've said before that I don't really like open world games, and I still believe that. But there is definitely plenty to do in Elder Scrolls Online, and plus I really only play it when other friends are playing it. Like, I don't really go on and play it by myself. Like, it's a lot more fun to join up with a friend and go do quests together and just like have that experience together and like level up and get all these cool items and weapons and armor and stuff. It's just it's a lot more fun to play it with someone.
Absolutely.
There you are. We got Steph to play with us a little bit, and unfortunately that was kind of a learning curve day, and I kind of felt bad because there was a lot of traveling involved when it didn't need to be. But you got to play with us again sometime, Steph, because we figured things out a little bit better, and it's a lot of fun. You should start with your own character.
I'll think about it.
It's fun.
I think I'll probably take more convincing than you did.
Yikes.
Or you can just play Blake's character because he's at a point where he can do more. His character's leveled up enough that he can like do more stuff with the
Yeah,
group.
but he chose a bow and arrow, which I am convinced is like, no, it's just not my weapon. I won't talk shit about it.
You can switch weapons though, so you can change your thing.
We'll give you a big, great sword, and you can just go around hacking and slashing people.
Okay, I prefer that.
That sounds like something you would like, right?
Yeah. Melee. She likes the melee.
She likes the wrench.
That's maybe
true.
why you should totally create your own character and become like kind of do more of like a heavy, like a tank build. Because I mean, if you want to play that role, but like if you really want to be like in the action and using a lot of melee, like that's the kind of character that you should be in ESO. Jason is doing that type of character, and he's really enjoying it. He gets all the cool weapons.
Nice.
So yeah, Elder Scrolls Online. It's actually pretty fun.
Good one, Mar. My not a sponsor is kind of like a product. And I've mentioned maybe this before. I wouldn't be surprised if I mentioned this on the podcast because it's changed my life. But I really like the Yogi honey lavender tea. It's like honey lavender stress relief. And I'm a stressed out person. And I enjoy honey and I enjoy lavender. And it's a great tea. I'm going to make myself a cup after this. And I had literally 3 seconds to think of my not a sponsor because I neglected Stephanie's text to do so. So that's what I came up with is like, I just really love this tea. I'm not even a huge tea drinker, but it's like so refreshing and calming. Like it just gives you so much zen, just like all teas do, but especially this one.
I love tea.
I do too.
I do too.
A hot drinker.
Sin.
Filth.
Filth.
But like it snowed in Utah today, and getting a hot beverage. I had chai tea this morning. It was just lovely. Just lovely.
It is lovely. Speaking of ejecting Stephanie because she likes snow and we don't. Can you guess what our game is? It's Among Us.
I know. I don't need to guess.
I know. I'm glad you guys did that because I gave us the appropriate amount of time for people to be like ejecting. Who gets ejected? The imposter, Among Us. And then you started talking.
So we realized that Among Us is not like a horror game by any means, but there's murder and there's deceit.
And the idea of like tossing someone out into space so they just die, that's pretty horrifying.
That's spooky. Yeah. So this is our spooky series episode number 3. Or 4. No, it's 3.
Is it 5?
It's like 3.5 because we did a mission.
Yeah. So that's why we chose Among Us. And also, it's really popular right now. And we finally jumped on the bandwagon. And I think we have some good things to say.
I'm really glad we did hop on the bandwagon. So it's not available on console. It's only available on your phone or on PC. And we are not PC gamers.
Sorry.
These two aren't really even phone gamers.
I mean, Pokemon Go, but I also haven't played it in like weeks.
So getting them to download it was a little bit of a hassle last night.
No, it wasn't. I downloaded it right away, but I was too busy trying to fix my TV, which had tragically broken.
I was the hesitant one, okay? I'll admit it. But also because I'm kind of stubborn. And this also applies to what we were talking about. I know. We were talking about Elder Scrolls Online. I'm very hesitant to start a new game at first. Because and this is going to sound so dumb, but like I don't like being bad at video games or not understanding or knowing what I'm doing. And because I get frustrated. And I hate that feeling, but I also realize that like starting a new game, that's going to be there. It's going to happen. And I just need to get past that.
You need to be kind to yourself.
I hate not being good at games.
Well, this game doesn't require too much skill, other than lying.
There was a tiny bit of a learning curve, but we got it. After a couple of rounds, we're like, okay.
Puzzles, like the task puzzles, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, okay, I guess I'll just do what a child would do, and that will be adequate.
So I have a description here from our good old Wikipedia.
Our good friend.
Mm-hmm. So Among Us is an online multiplayer social deduction game.
Oh.
Developed and published by American game studio Innersloth. And it was actually released in 2018, you guys.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
It has just barely surged to popularity.
Right? And so this game takes place in a space-themed setting in which players each take on one of 2 roles, most being crewmates and a predetermined number being imposters. And so it's the goal of the crewmates to identify the imposters, eliminate them, as well as complete tasks around the map. And the imposter's goal is to covertly sabotage and kill the crewmates before they can complete their tasks. And then there's like a majority vote that players can do, and they try to like figure out who the imposter is, and
jettison them.
You just kind of go through and see what happens.
So basically, it's like Mafia, but on your phone.
Yeah, really.
Mafia is an old game we used to play as children without technology.
What?
Imagine that.
A game with each other.
We didn't even do it inside with the lights on. We didn't have any technology. Only in the dark, in the cold. So we downloaded on our phones, like I said. And it did have a little bit of a learning curve with the little joystick.
And things.
The joystick was a kind of a pain in the ass. Not my favorite. But you get used to it. And then the task. Yeah, the task... They don't give you any instructions, really, for most of them.
They really don't.
They're not hard tasks, but you kind of feel like an idiot because you're like, oh, I need to switch these switches opposite, and then that's it?
Yeah.
It takes no real skills.
No real brain power. Yeah.
You just, tap a button, and you just have to, sit and wait there for, 5 seconds.
A progress bar. Yeah. Or the med bay, like the samples in the med bay take like 20 minutes. I was standing there vulnerable forever.
Oh yeah.
It
Well,
was stressful.
and that's the crazy thing about the tasks is like you have to do them, but it's very risky because like while you're in that like screen, like because like a little mini game kind of pops up and you have to do it, but it takes you away from the screen. So like someone could sneak up behind you, the imposter could sneak up behind you and kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no control over it. You can't defend yourself. And
every time you see another player, you're like,
should I
hang on
be
a
afraid
minute.
of you?
You're like, I
Back
don't trust
up.
anyone. Get away.
Like,
get away.
why are you just standing there? Are you looking at your map or are you waiting for me to go by and get involved in a task? Like,
Sus.
It's very sus.
Sus.
super sus.
Among Us is one of the top games being streamed on Twitch right now, and I think it's for good reason.
Yeah.
It's just
so true,
fun
though.
and easy and quick.
Yeah. Which is your type of game, Stephanie. Like
it is my type of game.
You like quick rounds and, things that are changing constantly,
Mhm.
Yeah, I keep thinking we should play again.
I would be
I
fine
Get on
with
a
that.
group chat.
I actually played. So I was at family dinner earlier, and I was telling because like my brother-in-law and his family they really like these types of games, and so I was like, hey, you would like this game. Like you need to tell your family about it. And I'm sorry, I talk with my hands.
It's hilarious. I love it.
And I've also been watching a lot of Schitt's Creek, so I'm pulling in my inner Alexis. Okay.
Nothing wrong with it.
But anyways, so I told them about it, and like, there were only 4 of us, but then I was like, we need at least one more person, and so we got my mom to play.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really hard for the first couple of rounds because they were just like, I was trying to explain to them how to play, but they were like not listening to me. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And so we just like kept playing more rounds and they got it. And it was.
And then you killed your mom, and it
my
was
mom,
fine.
No. So the very last round we played, my mom was the imposter. She killed everybody before she got caught.
Oh,
Robin!
Yeah!
dang.
Oh
That's
my
fantastic.
Gosh. Yeah.
I am so impressed.
I was too. I was like, what? Who are you?
She's like, I've been planning this for years.
But it was fun. Like it's a really just awesome social game, and it is nice that it's free on your phone, so you really don't have to like invest a lot of money in it. You just gotta like get a group of friends together and just play.
And then you also get to use your skills of deception.
Yeah.
Which some of us aren't so good at.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation, really. Like if someone legitimately saw your character like leaving a room and you're the killer and you just killed somebody in that room, like it's kind of hard to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
I
was
didn't even see a dead body in there.
There was one round where I killed our friend, and then Marley just pretty much walked in on me doing it.
Oh my gosh.
And then she called a secret meeting. I should have killed her as well. And she's like, I just saw Stephanie kill Jason. And I just started laughing.
Well,
I knew I couldn't lie my way out of it.
well, and I got voted. I was a crewmate, not the imposter one time, and I was still trying to figure. It was like within the first couple of rounds, and I didn't know what a dead body looked like because I had never been the one to come across one and report it, and so I walked right by one, and then someone else came up behind and then reported it, and then they were all like, "It was Marley," and I'm like, "No, it wasn't. It wasn't me."
I just didn't know what it
I was like, "There was a dead body in there."
Let's hope
What?
Marley never comes across a real dead body.
She tramples through the crime scene and is just like,
What?
Oh, what?
I didn't know there was a dead body. I've never seen one before.
I thought it was just someone sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
That reminds me of like the true crime thing, like the MFM thing where it's like, it's not a mannequin. It's never
yeah.
a mannequin.
It reminds me of that YouTube from College Humor where Batman is talking about how he doesn't kill people. And he has
Oh,
to,
yeah.
Mr. Fishy, no!
He's just tuckered out. The guy's like bleeding out. He's
Well,
asleep.
And I think this game is, I think maybe why it surged so much in popularity is because of the pandemic. You know, like, I think more people just needed some online games to play with their friends and be able to still socialize safely.
Yeah.
And not, you know, not be at risk to getting sick, of course, you know. So I think that's played a huge part in it, and I don't see this game going away, at least not anytime soon.
Well, and the fact that it is on your phone and not on a console does make it really accessible. Or even the fact that it's a PC game that isn't like...
You don't need like a huge
You don't need a gaming PC to play it. Yeah, you could play it on anything, and it's cheap. It's $5 on Steam. It's free on your phone. It makes it really accessible to like non-gamers. I mean, if your mom can play it, I think almost anyone can play it. Which is nothing against Robin. I don't think my mom could play it.
Oh my goodness, it was funny too because like we were kind of sitting around a table. And she had has her phone like out to here, and I just like trying not to like screen peek, but there was definitely a round where like I couldn't help it, but I saw she was a crewmate, so I was like, and I was a crewmate, so I was like, oh okay, I at least know she's safe. But I felt bad because like, but she had her phone way out. Oh, she's funny, but yeah, no, I think it's fun too, like. Even though this game is definitely designed to play, like, everyone can be in their own homes, but, like, you could also just, like, be with, a small group and just everyone pull it out on their phone and you just play. And it's a pop-up game. Like, hey, dang, we've got it. We're good. Let's go.
It totally made me think of, like, how baby boomers are always like, oh, these kids on their phone. Don't they know their, like, friends are around them and they can talk to them? I'm like, we were having a really good time and, like, enjoying each other's company. And yes, we were on our phone. But it was
and an almost all-out fight broke out between your husband, the liar, and Marley.
Oh my gosh. And then he killed me the next round just out of spite. Because I dare accuse him.
And he was the murderer.
He was the murderer, you were right. I didn't know who to believe, so I just voted to jettison Marley, but I was wrong.
You were. You should have trusted me.
Wrong. I'm sorry.
Being the imposter is really fun. You can go through vents. You can sabotage things. I think I won the first time I was the imposter because I took away everyone's oxygen.
Yeah. That was messed up.
You know? It got the job done.
Yeah.
It sure did.
And it's fun. It's even fun when you're a ghostie because you can still help out your crewmates and you can go through walls.
Yeah.
That is true.
And you like go faster, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a time when I was playing with my family earlier. My sister, so I died first, and so I was a little ghosty, and I was floating around and trying to do tasks. And then, like, I came across her, because she was also a ghostie, and she was kind of hanging out around her dead body, and then, like, after the round, she's like, why didn't you report my body? And I'm like, I was dead too. Didn't you see
I was
me?
a ghost.
We were both just floating there. It was just kind of funny, but, like, because I guess sometimes you just don't, like, realize it, especially when you're new to the game, but it's enjoyable, and I feel like I like it too because every round is different.
Yeah.
It's different enough that I like the variety of it, and it doesn't feel like the same thing over and over again. And plus it's just fun to be able to try again, and just get better at it because yeah, being the imposter is fun, but it's not easy sometimes because there's so many times where you're like, you corner someone and you're like, this is my moment. But then someone else walks in and you're like, no!
I'm just doing a task over here.
I was terrible as the imposter. I played one round as the imposter, and I'm in a room with someone, and I kill them, and then like 3 people walk in, and I just tried to start killing them, but there's a cooldown for killing, and I was just like, and so like and we were in like the admin room, so everyone just runs up to the cafeteria and then hits the button, and they're like, yeah, it's Lindsay. And I was just like, I'll see myself out, and voted for myself.
You know, there's another interesting thing I was just reading on the Wikipedia page that, like, even though it was released in 2018, it definitely, like, as we said, like, here in this year of 2020, it had like this huge influx of popularity because a lot of Twitch streamers and YouTubers were playing it. And then like the weird thing is though, in August they actually announced Among Us 2.
Oh.
Then a month later they're like, we're actually going to cancel our planned sequel because like we just want to keep the focus on improving the original game, which is actually just kind of that's really interesting. That gamers or game developers like do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. Like maybe they just weren't expecting it to be so popular.
Yeah.
Especially like right now. But my goodness, Among Us has inspired so many internet memes. Like I would be surprised if you hadn't heard of it before.
Mainly involving the word sus.
Oh my gosh.
Which, if you didn't know, is short for suspect or suspicious. It's sus.
Sus.
And it's hard not to say that while you're playing the game.
Sus.
It's, yeah.
I was wondering what all that clicking was. I was like, something's going to come up.
It's annoyingly easy to start saying that. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I am not a youth.
I
am a grown woman with a job.
We, if you're not watching the video version of this episode, I just posted a little banner below that just says sus.
Sus.
Anyways. Yeah, no, it's so true though. Like just even in like everyday conversation, when like it becomes applicable to like say something like a suspect or suspicious, I just want to say sus. I just want to, but I'm like, no.
And
can't.
We haven't even talked about the customization options.
Yes.
Ooh.
There are several.
As you know, looks are the most important thing in a game.
And life.
And life.
Obviously.
That's what matters the most.
You can choose your colors. You can choose hats. I think if you play more, you can unlock other options as ways to customize yourself. Yes, you can get a pet.
And can't you change like the pattern too, like on your little amiibo body?
Is it
pattern?
It's almost like Fall Guy. I think it is pattern.
I can't remember.
Where you're able to customize so much. So
I personally like there's like, I don't know if they change that often or if they're seasonal, but I kind of like the ones right now that have to do with like Halloween. Like there's like a little jack-o'-lantern hat, like it's like a half of a pumpkin that just sits on top of your head. Or there's one with like a Jason mask from Friday the 13th.
There's a cute witch's hat.
There's like a sword that's like embedded in your head.
Yes, I think that one's hysterical. So I think it's fun.
Also had ram's horns on, and I thought that was really cute.
That is cute. And you can change it every round, and you can be different colors too. Like your little body can be a different color. I mean, if your friend doesn't take your favorite color.
Hey, it's my favorite color too. You just take pink, Missy, and I'll keep teal.
I want teal. Look at my headphones.
Look at.
No one competed for mine. I just chose black and the mohawk because I'm so metal. I stayed that way for, the whole time we played, and I plan to do it again.
We'll just have to see who gets in the lobby first. Steph.
It'll be me. It's gonna be me.
No.
Bum, bum,
this reminds me of a time when we were youths and we were on a church basketball team and someone always had to steal my jersey number of 13.
I was born on the 13th.
13's my number.
It is my lucky number.
I feel like I'm on Steph's side with this because I definitely was not there. And and I just know Stephanie's lucky number has been 13 her whole life.
So is mine.
I didn't know that until literally right now.
I'm older than you.
Okay, fine. You know what? I take it back. No, that doesn't matter. No, I take it back. Actually, my favorite number is 3, but like always it would get taken by like everybody else, and so my next favorite number is 13. And my birthday's on the 3rd, so that's also why I like 3. So I guess, you know what, fine. You can have 13.
And teal?
No.
Hey.
Marley, you're doing this whole like Brady Bunch thing. Like when you were mad at Stephanie, you like looked over and you're just like Like you're in your window, but you're
story
responding to her
of a love
window, and
story.
it's creeping me out. I don't know what's wrong.
It took a lot of concentration, honestly, because like
Yeah.
I want to look this way because
It's
Steph is
reversed.
on that side, but it's reversed. So I'm just like,
Mhm.
am I looking the right way? And I kind of like glanced back to make sure I was.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Among Us, super fun game, super accessible, super easy for beginners. Any
Play
other
it at
point?
your Halloween party.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Halloween is later this week, which is exciting-ish. Not as exciting as it normally is. Also not exciting because we're old and we don't do things very often.
That's not true. We do things every weekend.
But like, it's not like we're going to like haunted. Except we did go on a ghost tour
We
last
went on a
night.
ghost tour,
We
and we had a
did.
paranormal activity, like major
Oh my
event
gosh.
happen.
Ugh.
We were in the canyon. Can I tell this story?
Go for
Is
it.
anyone
Yeah.
gonna get mad? We were in the canyon, and our tour guide is like, I don't even want to say the words because I don't want to summon her.
Hoppity
But
doo.
no, don't say it. So she is like talking about how there's a ghost who died. She was a bride. Her husband got decapitated. A huge, horrible story. And then she's like, "Oh, but you can summon her by saying these three words at the time." And then like we had some EMF readers. They all go off after she says the words, and they're all like screeching and like
Like
it
to
was
the
so
highest level.
to the highest level, and I was so spoopy. And then she goes, "I'm sorry, Mary," and they all turn off. And I was like, "Okay, well, we just like had a moment."
Do you guys think
They had
that
like an
they have
EMF
like,
thing on the bus that they turned on. I
or
don't
like
know.
she has something in like her pocket that like makes things go off at like certain points? Like, do you
I
think
don't
that?
know.
I don't know, because like I definitely believe that there are like spirits on the earth,
Mhm.
like that have, obviously like that have died. Like I definitely believe that there's still like their activity here and stuff,
Mhm.
but I don't EMF detectors also like, it's not just paranormal stuff. Like they catch onto other like electronics and things,
Like
right?
machinery and stuff. I
Yeah.
can't say I know enough about it. But like I feel like there would be a way to fake it. I'm gonna Google it right now.
It measures electromagnetic forces and electromagnetic
Frequency.
radiation.
Yeah, so like if there's like, I mean, we were on a bus and also there's like a lot of cell phones around. Like I don't know, like I feel like EMF detectors are definitely not as,
So it
I
can
don't
pick
know.
up radiation from nearby power lines or household appliances.
But we were up in the
Um,
canyon.
We were up in the canyon, but I mean there could be natural radiation like
That's true.
up there.
Does she just have like a radiation like stone in her
I
pocket or
don't think so,
something?
because that would be
X-ray
really
machine?
bad for her.
That would
That would like
yeah.
give her radiation poisoning.
Well,
I
and
mean,
how
she
could they
did.
turn
She
it
was,
on and off? Like,
I don't know.
but
I
they
don't
couldn't
know.
timed it. Like, you know how the whole tour is timed. Like of oh, here's this building on the left. But so like maybe they know there's like some EMF activity there, so they're like, okay, right here is when you're
But
gonna
could
say
they
it. But
be
how
that
could they time it when she said I'm sorry? I don't know.
well? I'm like, yeah, could they be that precise? Because we were running late, so they were a little bit off schedule.
Correct. But the driver would have to be perfectly in sync with the tour guide. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
And how did they account for stoplights and traffic?
Yeah.
Anyways,
the hell if I know.
it was definitely interesting and spoopy, and it was a good time.
Yeah, I had a really good time, but I wanted to like go in the buildings and explore more. And I wanted to like each have an EMF and have like a recorder. I would totally do like a ghost.
Well, you can do that. You just have to pay more money for it.
I know, because I don't know what I believe about spirits. So if I want to like really find out, I need to do it myself and see if I have a ghostly encounter.
Well,
They
watch a
have
few
that.
episodes of Ghost Hunters and see if you
Ugh.
want to do it because there's like so many where they're like sitting in a cold, dark room and
Ugh.
they're just like, holy shit, someone just grabbed me. Or like, I just felt a cold spot. Or someone just whispered, let's play in my ear. Things like that where I'm just like,
Bullshit.
No. Well, maybe, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would want to be the one who sits in a cold room and waits for something to happen.
Yeah, they definitely this like ghost tour place, like they have like a bunch of different options that you can do, and they have that as an option, Steph.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to, by all
Go
means,
for it.
I'm
Yeah, I
not
asked
gonna
Blake
join you.
if he would do it with me, and he said he would. So we might do that.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I don't want to hear about it. Don't
I
tell me.
want to hear about it.
I
I
don't.
definitely want to hear in detail about it, but I don't want to go.
Nope. Don't tell
Um,
me.
we'll also be Some of us will also be streaming Among Us tomorrow.
Oh
This
yeah,
will be
Among
released
Us.
on Wednesday. So on Thursday, check out Ondoing with Gaming. Gaming with
On to win
Ondoing.
gaming.
Ondoing Gaming.
It's here. I'll do it. It's twitch.tv/ondowin.
AUND.
You ain't got no alibi. You Ondoing.
WYN.
You Ondoing.
What is that? What's the date on Thursday?
The 29th. No.
Ninth.
Yes.
10:29. And then we also needed to talk about for a second. This is our season finale.
Oh,
Maybe
it
we should have mentioned that at the top of the episode.
Oh my goodness!
This is our season finale. We're going on our holiday hiatus. We've been podcasting weekly
weekly
since about
for so long.
Since
February.
March? February? I think it was February.
Since the pandemic, pretty much, and we are tired.
We are tired.
Like, and we need time to digest
Play
some more
games. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
It takes time.
we're sad to be not podcasting because podcasting is a lot of fun, and it is nice to like have weekly check-ins with you too. Because I never talk to you ever other than this. But we're also excited to have some time away from it.
So
Yeah. It'll be
And
good.
there's like lots of exciting things coming for season 3.
Faux show.
4?
So please stay tuned. Season 3.
4.
This was a really? Wow.
This is season 3, yeah. And also, just so you know, like, even though we're not going to be releasing episodes each week, we will still be streaming games.
Yes, and we'll be active on our socials, so keep an eye out on those.
So yeah, we're not leaving.
We're not
just
disappearing.
We're just not going to be
still
weekly
around.
podcasting.
We just need a little breaky break. But we also want to keep streaming because we're having a lot of fun with it. Plus, we became Twitch affiliates. Yay!
Yay!
So we want to just keep working on that as well and building that empire.
If you feel so moved, you can give
Come
us
say hi.
a sub on Twitch.
Or that. Yeah.
Here, let me edit that.
We would appreciate it. Also,
Today.
Your headphones cut out, Steph.
Whoa.
did I freeze?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did a little bit.
I can't hear you now.
What?
Oh. We can hear
Ah!
you. We can hear you.
I don't know what happened to Steph. I'm so
I don't
sorry.
know.
Wait. Talk, Steph. Ah!
Oh,
she's gone.
She took her, she
Anyways,
jettisoned herself.
Well, while we're waiting for Steph, so again, we just put on the bottom this little slide ticker thing. Again, so you can find us on Twitch at Cutscenes Pod.
Which is CUTSCENESPOD.
Wait, talk again, Steph?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys kicked me out. Did you think I was the imposter?
Yes, we jettisoned
Haha.
you.
You
Haha,
bastard.
we figured
You
it
are
out.
most likely to be the imposter
We
according
were
to your name.
we were secretly texting on our phones on the
We
side.
had an
and
emergency meeting.
I'm like, it's
Wow.
Steph. She's the imposter.
Wow.
But anyways,
You're back now, so it's okay.
yeah. So we're still getting into Among Us. We're really enjoying it. So like we said with Twitch, like we're going to keep playing it, and we'll probably keep streaming it on our friends' channel since we don't have none of us have the PC set up for it. So you'll just have to check our social medias. So you can see those announcements, so you know where and when we're playing. And
Correct.
it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Merry Christmas.
Wait, should we do our rating?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
In cupcakes.
In cupcakes. I'm going to give it a solid 4.5. I have very little criticisms about this game. My only thing, it's not my usual type of game. Like, it's not like high production value, amazing, but it's also very cheap and very accessible. So I can't complain. Maybe I'll bump it up to a 4.75. So yeah, 4.75 cupcakes, which is like several cupcakes, but then you kind of got sick of eating them, and so you left a little bit of frosting off the top.
After 4
The
and
last
3/4.
After 4 and 3/4 of a cupcake, you're like, I gotta tap out,
Yeah, my rating's gonna be like a whole cake. I guess that's like 5 out of 5. It's just fun and it's free, so you kind of have to bump up that rating because you didn't pay $60 for it.
Right.
That's you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
It's fun. I feel like the party play ability of it, and like you can play online too, and that is fun. I did that a little bit last night, but the party play ability is a lot of fun. Have a couple other friends who play it too, so I might play with them a little bit too. Don't be mad.
I'm mad.
You have no other friends than us. Repeat after me. You have no other friends than us.
You two are my only friends. Eat the pie.
Hi, kitty.
It's great. I enjoy it. Download it and tell us, and maybe we'll play with you.
I'm gonna do my rating in apple cider donuts because last weekend I went to this like corn maze like ranch place, and they make and sell apple cider donuts, and they're amazing. Like, I want to just be able to go there and buy their donuts and not have to pay the admission fee to get into their little like park area. I'm like, just sell me donuts. That's why I'm here.
Not how life works, Marley.
Anyways, apple cider donuts. I am going to give it 4.5.
Nice.
Okay.
Because I think I really enjoy party games. I've said before, time and time again, that like a lot of the times for me when it comes to gaming, I do it for the social reasons. And that's what I find the most enjoyable out of games. And so like this game is totally social, and I love that you can also have a bigger group. You can have up to 10 people. It's not super limited. Like some of other games that we've played lately, because I want to play with all my friends.
Aww.
It's just a lot of fun. I think maybe the only reason I wouldn't give it a full 5 apple cider donuts is that this is gonna
donuts have holes in them, so you can't give them a full because they're holeless.
I think maybe my only one complaint is that it's not available on console.
Yeah.
I think it would just be nicer because I like holding a game controller. That's definitely my preference, because sometimes like with your phone, like it just, I don't know about you guys, but like you just kind of have to like hold it weird. I don't know. My hands cramp, but maybe that's just me. But anyways, I think that's like my only one tiny complaint, but I'm okay with it because again, it was a free game. And it's also just really cheap on PC, in which I actually might get it on PC. If it's only $5, I might just get it anyways and have it on both platforms, just for maybe accessibility reasons. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm just at home, I'd rather play on my computer. But if I'm out with friends, pull it up on your phone.
Well, and I wonder if it would make it easier. I wonder if you use like the arrows or like the ASD X or whatever it is on like PC gaming. Don't laugh at me, Lindsay.
I didn't laugh.
So you've heard it here first. Among Us is a great game.
And with that, we are signing off. Stay tuned in 3 months for more cutting edge news.
And the only channel that you can watch anyone ever play Among Us is on our friend Autumn's channel.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing.
It's true.
No one else is streaming it.
Happy season and holidays.
Yes.
And
that's why I said Merry Christmas randomly in the middle of our episode.
We understood. And thanks to everyone for hanging out with us and listening and
For a good season.
and for a good season. And please talk with us on social media. You can also email us.
Every time.
Email us.
Every time with the email.
cutseatsandcupcakes@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Also on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, and Twitter. Follow us on Tweeters.
Well, until next season, season 4, why don't you
grab a friend.
Play
eat some cupcakes.
And play some video games. Play some Among Us. It's been 3 seasons. How don't we have it?
Next season, we'll have it down.
Priorities.
We're going to do some practicing. All right. Bye,
We
guys.
will. Bye.
Goodbye.